Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Happy almost gift time, everyone. And it is Real Film Nerds. Matt, see, I'm all thrown off because I have some old biddy looking over my shoulder. This is just ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mike. Yeah, Ma Hinshaw in the house. She's sitting here next to me, kind of, while we're recording this podcast. Mysterious Mike Talent is not sitting next to me. Metaphorically, he is. But this week, Real Film Nerds, episode number 403, the end of the Sony Spider-Verse. Hopefully. Jesus, please. Mike, how's life other than being exhausted, tired, and gone from the family around Christmas time?
It's been a lot, man. A lot of I feel like I'm still stuck in Thanksgiving, but it was like 3 weeks ago. I don't know. It's crazy. Just busy.
The thing I'm very upset about is that I ordered your son's Christmas present for me. Star Wars themed, of course. It is 2 weeks later from Amazon, and the shit still hasn't rolled up.
Yeah, dude. That's disappointing.
I'm very upset. I understand that it sold out because it was Yoda and it was Legos, so, shit sells out, especially when it's Black Friday kind of shit. But anyways, Mike, I hope you get it. If not, you'll have to put IOU in a box and give it to him and be like, Uncle Matt's gift will be here eventually. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, you can rest assured that the kids will do just fine at Christmas.
Oh, I'm sure. My niece is getting more toys on her own than me and my two sisters combined ever got in Christmas for the three of us.
Yeah, for all of your years.
Correct.
Combined.
Correct. So, Ma Hinshaw in the house. Hello, Ma Hinshaw.
Hello, Matt.
You can call me son.
Oh, hi, son.
That works too.
That sounds good. Okay.
I thought she was talking to me.
Oh, yeah. The son she really wanted.
Yeah, that's true.
Mike,
yeah.
Mysterious Mike Talent. How dare you?
Well, I adopt a lot of guys.
You know what? I bet if Mike took you on a radio show, you wouldn't fall on the way in, would you?
Oh, I don't know about that.
And get a black eye.
Yeah.
Although Mike wouldn't take you to get pictures with Esteban.
Oh, no. That was exciting.
Esteban.
Yep.
That's true.
That was my mom's Christmas present. I took her to Esteban's Christmas concert at the Elks Opera House because Esteban lives here in Prescott with his at least two of his children now, who are both adults and both very accomplished musicians in their own right. And they all performed, and my mom got to meet Esteban and got a hug from him, and he told me to keep rocking on because he was on the radio show, and he said I'm a bad dude, and he likes me, and
all right.
Sure.
Cool, man.
I guess that's
Real
cool.
Yeah.
So, Mom, are you looking forward to Christmas?
Oh, yes. I want to see Janice open that mountain of gifts.
That's my niece, Booger. Her name is Booger. It is not Janice, and you know it.
Oh, gee whiz. I can't bring myself to say that. Anyway.
So, Mom, what'd you get me for Christmas?
I can't tell you because I don't think I remember.
So, Alzheimer's is a thing, people. It really is a thing.
I had to wrap all hers and all the other grandkids and everybody. And, oh, wait, I haven't gotten your dad anything yet. I've got a real problem here.
Well, that's fine. He'll get the same thing he gets every year, lump of coal.
Right, there you go.
So, all right. I'll stop the shenanigans. I love chatting. Mike loves chatting to my mom because, they are basically related. Mike
that's
is
true.
As my dad says it, Mike is the son that my dad always wanted. So that, that doesn't hurt ever, I swear. Mm-hmm. So anyways, Mike, this week we were talking about a movie I teased it a little bit earlier. I didn't think it was bad as the critics are tearing it apart. Personally, it wasn't great, but I didn't think it was as bad as they're making it out to be. So, Mike, why don't you break down Kraven the Hunter?
All right, Matt. So, Kraven the Hunter was directed by J.C. Kander. It was written by Richard Wink, Art Marcum, Matt Holloway. It was based on characters created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. And it's starring Aaron Taylor Johnson. Ariana DeBoy, Fred Hutchinger, and Alessandro Nivola, and Russell Crowe. Kraven's complex relationship with his ruthless father, Nikolai Kravinoff, starts him down a path of vengeance with brutal consequences, motivating him to become not only the greatest hunter in the world, but one of its most feared.
All right, so I'm going to start with Ma Hinshaw. Ma, Kraven the Hunter, first impressions, do it.
I really liked it. Everybody's going to disagree with me, but I liked it. I thought the first scenes where he was in the jail and everything were really, really cool. And I thought the premise where he could look at the animal's eyes and control the animal was really neat. But that's me, you know. How do you think, Matt?
Me, or do you want Mike to go next?
Oh, Mike, yes. What do you think, Mike?
So I agree with you. I had a great time with this movie for the most part. I mean, it's a little bit silly at times with some of the characters, but yeah, I had a good time. To me, it was fine. There's some stuff in it, but overall, I enjoyed it.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll be the stick in the mud, like always.
No.
I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it was okay. I just know more about Kraven than both of you put together. And so I'm pulling from the comic history. And again, how the hell do you have a Spider-Man villain without Spider-Man? I don't get it. And they made a villain into a hero, kind of, but he's not a hero, but he is. The acting overall, I thought, was pretty rough. Aaron Taylor Johnson, I thought, was fine. I thought he did well as Kraven. Russell Crowe, I think, was phoning it in, especially his accent. It was just terrible. What's her face? She's an Academy Award winner as well. Let me look it up. What is it? Ariana Dubois. She won a Academy Award, I believe, or was at least nominated. And I think she was one of the worst performances in the entire film. Now, I don't know if that was her or if it was the directing or the scripting or what, but she was just very forgettable. It was just bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Matt, I noticed that too, man. To me, the only two characters that were decent were Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I didn't think Russell Crowe was too terrible. But he's not in it too much, really.
He wasn't terrible. He was definitely better, but his accent was kind of rough, and it just kind of it felt like he didn't have his heart in it. But again, the dude's old and fat like me. So, of course, he's not going to be, the gladiator of old that we all remember. Yeah,
the brother character, Dmitry Kravinoff.
Oh, he was great. You didn't like him?
I didn't like him as much. Like, I thought at times he wasn't too great. But
Okay. Do you think that was the character, or do you think that was the acting?
I don't know, man, because the character's a little bit strange, so maybe that was the way that it was supposed to be, but I did really think that the Calypso character was just not, I don't know, man, like, I don't know if it was just bad editing or what. It was just, like, didn't really need to be in the movie at all, honestly.
Yeah, no. And this is one of those things where I will pull from my knowledge a little bit more than you guys. These are all well-known Spider-Man villains. I mean, Kraven's introduction was the original Spider-Man run in issue like 18 or 19. I mean, we're talking Spider-Man from the 60s. That's how old Kraven is as a character. So Calypso and the Chameleon as well, wonderful Spider-Man villains. They just did not do him justice in this film. I think I'm a little soft because, yeah, the acting for the Chameleon was pretty bad, but the Chameleon as a villain in the Spider-Man world is pretty awesome. So maybe I'm giving a little bit more than he should be getting. But what do you think, Mom? The Chameleon. You remember him?
Well, I mean, I don't have the background that you do with Spider-Man, so I didn't bring that to the movie. I was just judging it on the movie.
Right. And that's the biggest reason why I love that you are on the podcast and you're on the radio, is because you're the everyday person that doesn't have this kind of stuff that the nerds like Mike and I do have. And so it shouldn't even be called Real Film Nerds anymore. It should be called The Two Nerds and Ma, or something like that, because Ma, she's just normal.
And I thought he was okay. You know,
The brother, the chameleon.
Calypso?
Oh, Calypso was the girl.
Oh, that was the girl?
Yeah, Calypso is the girl. Chameleon was the brother.
Okay, the brother. Yeah, but I think with the brother, it was written into the script, because it starts out with him really liking his brother and everything, and then he turns, and becomes what he becomes at the end. So I'm pretty sure he was probably sticking to the script there.
Yeah, no, but but did you like him? Did
Nah.
you like his character? Did you like his acting?
No, I did. No.
Okay, that's what we're trying to get to the bottom to. Yeah, no, and in the comic book world, the Chameleon is the brother of Kraven. I think they're like half brothers or something. Well, they are half brothers in the film too. Yeah, but you don't find that out.
They were half brothers.
Yeah, you don't find that out until after his introduction in the comic book world.
Yeah, they didn't really even tell you in the movie. They just said that the one son is a bastard. So it's like I guess that was for you to infer that it was through somebody else, and
a different wife, or
the other
hooker or stripper,
or whatever. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mom, do I have any bastard siblings?
What? Heavens, no. Good grief.
Well,
No.
just
All
throwing
right,
that
Mike.
out there, huh, man?
Mike, I am pretty thirsty here, Mike. So,
Oh, yes, me too. So, Matt, what are you drinking this fine morning, evening?
well, Mike, thank you for asking, sir. I am drinking a delicious Big Blue Van yet again. I don't know if this is 2 weeks in a row or what, but I like the Big Blue Van, man. It's good stuff. It's blueberry, Hefeweizen, wheat beer. Mom, what are you
I
getting?
had a sip of that. That's all I've had.
She had a sip of this, and she's drinking a lot of water ever since she fell and hurt herself, and had to get McRibs to help soothe her pain. But yeah,
that happens. The McRib cure. Yeah.
Yeah. The Big Blue Van is a blueberry wheat, and it is brewed by College Street Brew House in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Woo!
Yay!
Lake Havasu.
Yeah, that's like my thing. I always try and get like Arizona beers for the pod. I know it's whatever. Well, I try.
Oh, that's cool. Cool.
I do like my ultras and my seltzers and all that other stuff, but I splurged and I'm drinking carbs because I've given up, Mike. I'm going to go back to being super fat. So.
Oh, okay. It's over, huh?
It's over.
You're like, holiday season, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Gut bomb, boom. That's it.
Yeah. January 1st.
All right, Mike. So let's ask the most important question of the podcast. Ma Hinshaw's favorite part of the Real Film Nerds podcast. Mike, what is this week's incredible dad joke?
Well, I'll get to that in a second, Matt. You forgot to ask what I was drinking.
Oh, shit.
So,
Mike, what are you drinking? I'm sorry. I'm so used to only doing two of us, and she kept talking. You know how much my mom talks.
So, I have one of those IPAs, the High Lie, again, from the Cigar City. Got one of those. So, I finally got through all the pumpkins, Matt.
Now,
I know you're disappointed.
They're out of what? Tampa?
Tampa. Yeah. So, but all right. So now I can get to the dad joke too.
Okay. Do you want me to start all over and be like, hey, Mike? So what is this week's incredible dad joke and Mom's favorite part of the entire podcast? Even though I
Nope.
don't.
I think it's already over, man.
We're good. Okay, all right.
I got dad jokes, I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny, other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
Why did the dog jump into the sea?
Wait, hold on. You straight up said dog joke earlier. You were leading it on, Mike.
Maybe.
Why did the dog jump into the sea?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to think. I know it's going to be something about the breed of dog. He saw a catfish.
Yeah, he wanted to chase a catfish. Oh man, you got it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
I like it when I get the dad joke. Then I'm cool with it.
Yeah, that's only like the second one I think you got.
Yeah, I've only gotten a couple. I've gotten real lucky. But that one, it took me a minute. I was like, it's something with the breed. And I'm like, no, it's because of the catfish. Everybody likes catfish. I mean, come on.
It's true. Bottom feeders are tasty.
All right, Mike, this is a pretty easy one. But I'm going to ask it anyways. Mike, how does Kraven the Hunter relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, so Aaron Taylor Johnson was also Quicksilver and now I'm forgetting the other character name. Hold on just a sec. Petro Maximoff / Quicksilver in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Very good, Mike. Very good.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So, no. But then I think, I didn't look this up, but Russell Crowe was in one of them, wasn't he? He's like Zeus or something?
Yes, he was in...
He was in
Guardians?
Thor. I think he was in
Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
That he was in. Yeah, he was Zeus. Yep. So, bam. Right there. Two, main characters. No problem.
Nailed it, Mike. Nailed it.
Like it.
So, all right. We are now in the spoiler section. My mom keeps rubbing the mic against her mouth, and I can hear her breathing. Now
Okay.
she's looking at me funny.
All right.
Don't rub it against your butt.
I am not. But I do need to breathe.
You're allowed to breathe, so now you can get close to the mic because you're talking now.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so, Mom, is there anything you want to spoil?
Well, there is one scene that I thought was really awesome.
Let me guess. It's the very end when he's shirtless and his abs are just rippling and oiled.
Well, I like that, but there was a shot of that at the beginning too. No, this was a very fantastic thing. And I don't know if I want to say it though, because that'd really spoil it.
Well, how the hell are you going to tease it like that and not say it?
Well, he was hanging on to a ladder that was on a helicopter or something like that, and going up into the air and then down in the water. Well, anyway, it was cool. I thought that was really good.
Okay. All
Loved
right.
it.
So was that your favorite part of the film, was the stunts and the adventuring and the action?
Oh, wait. I love the actor no one mentioned, and it was Leonard the Lion. He did a very good job.
Leonard the Lion?
Well, I gave him the name Leonard. I don't know. It may have been Leroy or, I don't know who, but anyway, he did a very good job.
Are you naming the CGI lion?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, he was good. I mean, he didn't. Well, I guess he did kill him, sort of. But anyway, yeah, I like the lion. There you go.
All right. Speaking of the animals, Matt, I think there's a part where he wrestles. It looked like a snow leopard, and I was talking with Maniacal Mags, and I was like, "Hey, are there snow leopards in Russia?" And she's like, "Nope." It's like, dang it. They did it again. They're just making shit up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But I think those the herd of the things, I think that was supposed to be musk oxen. So I think that is right, that those are in Russia.
I was afraid they were like water buffaloes. I was like, that shit doesn't make sense. This in Russia.
Not in Russia.
No. I think so. I think those were supposed to be musk oxen. Like, overall, I thought the CG animals weren't too bad. Like the lion, they spent some time on. It was pretty cool. It was actually on screen a lot. The that snow leopard was barely on it, so they were trying to save some budget there.
Well, and that's the sad thing is, Kraven in the comics has like leopards as his like. I don't want to say like pets because they're not like his pets, but his helpers. You know?
Okay. Yeah. So they kind of showed a little bit.
Right. Yeah, they just didn't give him enough because like he rolls around with I think 2 of them, and they help him hunt.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyways,
well, I guess that was a nod to it, but yeah, the CGI animals, because there was like, let's see, there was a lion. What else was there? There was the leopard. There's the musk oxen. There was a bird. And there's one other thing, I think. There's like 4 or 5 things. I'm trying to think. There's one other thing.
Well, there was
the wolf. The wolf in like
yeah.
the Siberia or whatever. And there are giant wolves in Siberia. So I looked that up too.
Well, and saying R, and I just had to throw this out real quick. I really like that this film was rated R. I think that helped because it made it super graphic and super bloody, and that's how it is. I mean, the dude's brutally murdering people.
Oh yeah. No, you could tell from kind of the beginning scene before it does the flashback sequence with like the prison. I thought that was a really good opening scene.
Oh, I think that was one of the best scenes in the entire film was the opening scene.
Yeah, I thought that was good, man. And that set the tone for the movie. I thought maybe the flashback scene, although good for the story, might have been a tad bit long. But, yeah. It really did help you get some bearings of what motivates this character and where he's coming from and how terrible his father is and stuff. So, and how that really motivates him.
Thoughts? I'm just trying to get my mom in here.
I agree with Mike. That's exactly. In fact, I think where I had the one snore was where they were kind of in the middle.
The backstory?
Yeah. The backstory. Yeah.
She did fall asleep once. Just once, though.
I did. One snore. But that was it.
Well,
And
we did go to the late show for my mom. She normally goes to like the 3 o'clock with my dad, but she was up here and we went to the 7:30 because I got stuck at work.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that one character you get introduced to who becomes the rhino or whatever.
Yes.
I felt like his character is a little silly, but I mean, we needed to have like this bad guy so he was it. But
the rhino was awesome. I liked how they did the rhino part and how he turned into the rhino and all that stuff versus being the rhino from Amazing Spider-Man where he was in like a suit.
Oh yeah. It was cool because he was like mostly normal most of the time. And
right.
It was just right at the end where he was like full on. That was cool.
It was just a lot more comic book like because the comic book he's like a rhino. He's not a man in a suit. So I liked that. And Mike, did you recognize him, the guy that played the rhino? He like hasn't aged at all.
No, I didn't recognize him.
He is from Face Off.
Oh, whoa. All right, yeah. Wow, he hasn't aged much at all.
No, he looks like the exact same. It's so weird.
Yeah, well, now that you say that, yeah, because he's the brother of John Travolta / Nick Cage's character.
Right, yeah. What's his, something Troy.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the character's first name. That's a deep dive right there. I don't think I've watched that since it came out in the theaters. That movie was interesting. Mom, did you like Face Off?
I don't remember it.
You don't remember Face Off as John Travolta and Nick Cage? It's where they take literally the face off of one and put it on the other. So Nicolas Cage and John Travolta had to act like the other actor.
I think I missed that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You're watching that tonight.
Oh, awesome.
Pollux Troy.
Oh, Bollocks, Troy?
Pollux.
Pollux?
Like Pollux.
Still sounds like bollocks, like it's junk.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, so I'll get out some of my grape that is going to reflect my rating, and my mom knows this. Ma, you know my biggest problem with the movie?
No.
The story.
Oh, yes, right. The story itself.
The problem I have with the story is that it's like two stories in one, and it kind of doesn't tell you where the hell it's going. You don't even know who the Rhino is, really. He gets a soft introduction. You get the backstory of Kraven, and then it pivots, and you're still not sure, okay, Kraven's a bad guy, so is the Rhino's a bad guy, and the Chameleon's a bad guy, and Russell Crowe's so what the hell is the end game? And then it finally starts kind of coming out with like 20, 30 minutes left of the film.
You've got a point.
That's pretty good. Matt, I'll tell you what I didn't like about it.
Mike, please.
And maybe this was an homage to Gladiator, but the part where the hand was going over the grass when he's doing the flash sequence of he just taking the potion or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't like it. Like, if that was supposed to be kind of like Gladiator and Russell Crowe's in it, I was like, that's a bit silly.
The whole thing with the Calypso and the potion and pouring it down a dude's gullet and just she met and trying to save it, it was just really bad. It was just dumb.
So that I thought was weird. And then also, so we have that scene where, he's doing the prison and stuff, and he has this plane and it flies him around, and then he calls somebody and they're like, is it done? And he's like, yeah, like it always is. Same old, same old. We don't find out anything about what that is. Like,
yeah, who ordered the hit and
who that person is behind that. We don't find anything really about what's up with this plane. Is it just his plane? It's not very clear. Like,
I think she's for hire.
Yeah, but it's like, and it's used again later in the movie, but it's just a little weird, like it seemed like maybe some editing changes or something. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's one of the things. I do know this film went through a lot of rewrites and a lot of reshoots, and that never, ever does any favors to the viewer. Ever. I've never seen that. Yeah.
So, but I mean, overall, I thought the story was fine. Like, there's just some weird kind of like gaps and some stuff, and you just have to believe a lot in this one.
What's your favorite thing, Mike? Hit that I believe button, right?
Yeah, hit the I believe button. But like, I was skeptical of the animals, but that's just me. I'm like, hey, are those in the right places? Because, like, I hate when movies try and, like, sneak in animals in the wrong places, and then everybody's like, oh, aren't macaws from here? And it's like, absolutely not. So,
yeah, they're just trying to add more colorfulness to the show. Yeah,
colorful or some exotic thing. You're like, but hey, that's not supposed to be there.
Right.
But anyway. Yeah, but for the most part, like, I always like a revenge dude, and like this guy is like just super revengey. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the R rating. I think it added to it.
Oh yeah, I think that's what's kind of saving this Sony Spider-Verse bullshit, is that they're doing full-on hard R's, which is what it should be. Like, they learned from Deadpool and Wolverine, and they learned from Logan. I mean, that's what the people want to see, is how it looks in the comic books.
Yeah. So, speaking of this movie, it did not do well in the theater. It did terrible.
To be expected.
It was like $11 million, dude.
Jeez.
Moana and Wicked were still number 1 and 2. Moana number 2 and Wicked was second. And then it was this, and then I think it was a close fourth with Gladiator 2. So like this movie is like gonna get just squeezed out real quick.
Oh, I'm sure. And Sony has announced this is the end of their little Spider-Verse experiment. So they're not going to be doing any more films like this, even though it seems like they set it up for sequels. Nope, this is it. They have come out and said this is the end. Thank God.
Yeah. I think the Venom, that was the last one in the trilogy, and that one actually did pretty well. So that even though I think all of the Venom movies got terrible reviews, those did better. I guess just is a more popular character in the world.
They had a better it had a better actor and it had a better story. It had a better character. It had a lot going for it. And Venom is very popular. I mean, they just got done doing a big crossover event. They call them events. They do like 2 a year. Marvel did a huge one called Venom War. I haven't read it yet. I have most of them, but I'll read it eventually. But Venom is the one that did very, very well out of this spider villain universe BS. Morbius was terrible. Madam Web I never saw, and people are saying this is worse than Madam Web. I don't know. I was okay and excited to see Kraven. I have no desire to see Madam Web. None.
Yeah, overall as a movie, I was like, I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I was like, that wasn't too bad. I mean, there's some silliness, I thought, but I thought it was fine.
So I'll throw this out for our listeners. I don't have one. I don't have time to play them anyways, but the PlayStation 5 has the Spider-Man 2 open world game. It's fairly recent, came out within the last year or two. Kraven the Hunter is the big bad in that video game, and I heard that is just fantastic, extremely comic book accurate. So if you like Kraven and you like this movie, get that video game and play it. You will really, really enjoy it.
All right. Very cool.
So, Mike, you go ahead. Sorry. I keep interrupting you.
I don't think I really have too much else to add. I did enjoy some of the open scenes that were kind of in Russia, and I really liked his little lair thing that they weren't in too much. Like his little, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought they did a good job with like the set decoration or whatever, or set design. That's it. I thought that place is cool, but they didn't really use it, but it was cool.
My mom was talking. Mom, did you? No, well, she wasn't talking. She was mouthing to me because she didn't want to interrupt like me because she's not a jerk. Mom, what did you think? You were going to talk about the...
I just say the cinematography was pretty good, I thought. It looked good, I thought it was quite good considering, and the area and everywhere. So that's all I was going to add.
Please add, Mom. That's why you're here.
Well, I thought the cinematography was pretty, and when they were out in the tundra and the different animals, I thought it was great. It was really good.
So, okay, well, let me ask you this, Ma. Since I know she really enjoyed this movie, Ma, how many cookies?
Okay, everyone is going to be mad at me.
No.
Oh, yes, they are. They are. I give it 4. And I know nobody would agree with me probably, but I thought it was good.
Mom, it doesn't matter if people agree with you or not. We've had this conversation.
Okay.
You're allowed to have your opinion.
All right. That is...
It might be wrong, but you're allowed to have it.
There you go. Okay. Maybe it's that old people like me might like it. I don't know. But I enjoyed it, and I thought it was entertaining.
Mike, how many reels?
So I give it 3.5 reels, and man, I forgot to mention the building that they were originally he was supposed to get his brother, but it was like a trap, like that place. I feel like that was used in Avengers, that same place.
Like the original Avengers or like the second one?
I think Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It looked very Eastern European.
Yeah, like Budapest or somewhere like that, Czech Republic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, that is in Czech Republic. But yeah, so I don't know. It looked like somewhere that we've seen things. And I was even thinking, what was that Vin Diesel movie where he was like this action superstar?
Oh, dude, I love that movie, Triple X.
Yeah, I think it was Triple X also had a very similar, if not the same location. I feel like this place is being reused a lot.
Yeah, it was mostly the 67 Pontiac GTO, but I still like that movie. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I like Vin
Yeah.
Diesel. He's probably a dick in real life, though. But
He might be okay. Who knows?
so, all right. I am clearly the hater of the group. I only give it 2 out of 5 reels. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
man.
look at me like that, you old biddy.
Boo.
Shame.
That's fine. I'll take the
Yes.
shame. Bring it. Bring it.
You know what I gave it. You did not even ask.
I did.
You did not ask me.
Mom, you just gave us your reels, your cookies.
My 4 cookies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Again, Alzheimer's.
I'm on the, well, whatever. Painkiller.
She's on the painkillers. Yeah, she fell and hit her face, so I'm giving her Tylenol.
Yeah. Yeah.
lots of
Tylenol, ibuprofen every 3 hours.
Ibuprofen,
rotate.
Tylenol, you name it. She's taken some of it, and I guess she's just a lightweight. I'm glad my mom only did drugs in college in the 60s.
I did not. No.
So, all right, Mike, next week is Christmas Eve. We are going to try and do a podcast, but you're going to be traveling again. What is this, vacation 17 of the year?
Yeah, man. You know, it's tough. It's tough. 17 vacations a year, but you know, I get through it. You know how you do that? One day at a time, Matt.
One day at a time. One day at a time. You're just starting to sound like you're in a AA. Are you in a VA, Vacations Anonymous?
Yeah. Vacations on us. Not yet. Yeah, they haven't sent me there yet.
But so Mom and I are going to go try and see a movie because we got to talk about it on the radio. I'm thinking we're going to go see Mufasa. Does that sound good, Ma? You want to watch a movie about animals again?
Mm-hmm.
She's shaking her head yes. So we'll go do that. I don't know if we'll do a podcast on it. If Mike sees it when he's on vacation, maybe that'll be our first podcast when we're back. I don't know. And then on Christmas Day, we got a horror movie that I'm kind of interested in seeing. It's a remake. I kind of want to do that for our next podcast if you can do it, Mike. It's Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll see if I can make it. No promises. We'll see.
I got you. It just looks really interesting. We could do that for the week after. You know, that'll give you a whole week because it'll come out on Wednesday on Christmas Day. But I'm not much of a horror person, but I mean, dude, being one of the very first horror films ever made, and this is kind of a tribute to it and a reimagining, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and it's got Willem Dafoe in it.
It does.
It's by the guy who did that weird movie that we watched, I think Lighthouse.
That cuts it down. We've watched a lot of weird movies, but yes,
No,
Lighthouse.
I think it's
gotcha.
called Lighthouse.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
With Willem Dafoe.
Yep. So
And somebody else.
So we're either going to talk about Mufasa or we're going to talk about Nosferatu or we'll talk about something else. I don't know. So there you go. So don't tune in next week for episode 404 because it won't be there. Because it
will be later.
Oh
but
man, I
not-
was trying to
not-
hold that and that came out right on the mic. Oh my God, that was awful.
What
I
happened?
burped.
Oh, all right. Well,
Sorry.
Oops.
I don't drink beer very much anymore because of the weight stuff, and I'm drinking the beer that's very carbonated-y. I think that's a word. But yeah, so our podcast would literally come out on Christmas, so no one's going to be listening to a podcast on Christmas. So F that noise. We'll do the week after for, what is that, New Year's Day. New Year's Day, we're going to
New Year's
do
Day.
Mufasa or Nosferatu. So,
all right.
sound good, Ma?
Sounds good to me.
Ma, which one are you more excited to see?
I don't know. I don't even know the name of that horror one.
Nosferatu. How do you not know Nosferatu? That's the vampire movie that was like one of the very first black and white films ever made back in the early 1900s.
Dang, I should have been there and seen it.
Well,
No,
I'm pretty
well,
sure you were
anyway.
lined up. Yeah.
Oh. But I would like to see Mufasa too.
Well, we'll go see Mufasa on Thursday. I don't know if I can take you or if Heather's going to have to take you or Frank or whatever. But we'll go see
Or I
Mufasa.
may not get there. I don't
Or you
know.
might not get there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to try and go see it with my buddy Clint probably. So anyways, Mike, thanks for being patient with us as we figured out how to record a podcast, because this was a new experience for me again. That's weird. 2 weeks in a row where we had new experiences recording. It's very late where you are on the East Coast. Thank you, sir, for putting up with our shenanigans. Ma, thank you for joining. As always, thank you for being here in person. Mike, why don't you do your thing, my friend, and Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to you, Ma.
And Merry Christmas to
Thanks,
everybody.
man. Merry Christmas to you. Or what did my daughter say the other day? Happy Merry Christmas.
Oh.
I like it. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe Cece's my spirit animal.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And Merry Christmas to all of our listeners. Or Happy Merry Christmas to our listeners. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.